Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back with a brand new video, and it has been far too long. This is going to be a different one than any I've ever done before. Since you've last seen me or last heard from me, my wife and I we have moved into my parents' old house. So this is the house that I stayed in, lived in from 2004 through 2014. And my parents, they just moved into a new house, so they've done some renovations here and everything, so we're renting it from them. But this is my old dresser area where I would keep all of my cool items in. As you can see up here, we have awards, some awards from marching band back in the day, and some just other little knickknacks. But the main focus, and that's a cool little WWE ring that must have came with some cupcakes or something. But this is what we're going to get into today. So this is my VHS collection. And a lot of the I'm surprised these really, actually I did a post on these on Instagram a few several months ago. So we're actually going to get into some of these VHS tapes that I'm still hanging on to for some reason. So let's start off. We have this X-Men Evolution. The X-Men Evolution show that used to come on Kids WB back in the day. A really good, spin-off show in the X-Men universe. It pits the X-Men kind of in a really modern, to that early to mid 2000s high school atmosphere, whereas Cyclops, Jean, Wolverine, they're more of the teachers and of the students. It's a really, really cool twist on it, and I like it. It was very entertaining, the episodes that I watched of it. Um, Here we have good old Dragon Ball Z. In the early 2000s, I was a Dragon Ball Z fanatic. I had so many more VHS tapes that have, got lost over the years through moving and stuff. But these are the two of the Dragon Ball Z films, Super Android 13 film. And I just love these boxes I just love these old school kind of Disney style boxes. Really just cool. And this is the Return of Cooler feature. And now we're getting into some more X-Men tapes. This is X-Men, classic X-Men, the 90s TV show. We see Magneto and the Sentinels on the cover. I believe I got these from Kmart in the year 2000. I remember walking up to my local Kmart and getting these. Actually, I got most of these from back here that we're going through from Kmart. Another X-Men. More X-Men. And I believe that's all of those tapes. And now we're getting into really some real memories. We're going back to the more 2000, but we're going to get into some of the wrestling memories now. So we have the Survivor Series 2003. I actually ordered this when my freshman year in college. I ordered this from WB Shop and had it sent to my dorm, the campus mail center. So that provided me with a good weekend of entertainment during, this WCW Mayhem. Got this one from Kmart, and this was a really just cool compilation of various moments from Monday Nitro. Of course, you see some of the biggest stars of WCW of that era on the cover: Hulk Hogan, Goldberg, Sting, Luger, Kevin Nash. Back here we have Sting, and these are some little used video games I bought over the years in here. So we have Sting, Back in Black. This was a really fun tape, and this was before really the advent of wrestling, before wrestling DVDs became popular in the 2000s. And of course, WCW wasn't around for too much longer, after this came out. But this was a really just nice little retrospective of Sting's, career in, '99. He had just came back from an injury, and Sting narrates, and he's pretty hilarious. This is a pretty good set, though, just going through some of his major highlights from 1999. Up next, we have Austin 316 Uncensored. Of course, Steve Austin. I mean, early this was his rise to the top, and this came out like early '90s. This came out in '98. I got this, like I said, it was the year 2000. I do believe from Kmart. So again, Kmart here in Reedsville, that was my wrestling. That was the wrestling epicenter where I got a lot of wrestling tapes and DVDs from. And years later, I would get actually a lot of my favorite WWE DVDs from there. Um, and now these are some of the more interesting ones. Now these are actual home recordings from I mean, this is goes back to 1998. So long story short, there were various periods growing up where we did not have cable. So my mom had a friend who would tape the episodes of Monday Night Raw for me, and she did that pretty much for all of 1998, most of 1998, from really March through the end of '98. She recorded every episode of Raw for me. So my mom, when she would go to work, she would when she worked with that lady, every week she would bring me the new tape. And it was just what days those were. Just I really just would go out of my way, even to just the links I would go to watch wrestling. In this tape, and I actually titled a lot of them, especially the ones that were the night after a pay per view. So you see on this one, Unforgiven. This was a Monday Night Raw, the night after the Unforgiven pay per view that year, and this one right here was the Monday Night Raw the night after the Breakdown pay per view, and you'll see the Betty Boop stickers that that friend of my coworker, my mom, who actually has deceased since then, that lady Lynn Greason, she was a huge Betty Boop fan. So on a lot of the tapes, she would have the Betty Boop labels on there. But so yeah, just going through this, it's just insane just to see all of this history in here. It's really something just to and like I said, to see this stuff still preserved, still here in relatively good condition. Of course, I don't have a VHS player anymore, but still, these are just some things I might just hang on to for a little while longer. Just cool, just stuff to have, look back through my collection, and just see how see my roots of fandom in a lot of ways, and how some things do not. So as the old saying, some things they don't change, they stay the same. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you just have a great rest of the day. I'm about to head out to work. So just like I said, I wanted to share some content with you. I'm going to have more stuff coming. My wife and I, we're still just really getting settled in here and with a lot of things, but I definitely have some big plans coming. So just stay tuned, and I will talk to you again after a while.